Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today. Went to Laguna. All the seaweed's getting washed in. It's kind of a blustery morning here. It's kind of nice. Wind's blowing. So much is happening. And we're in kind of a funk right now where we're waiting for this debt ceiling debacle to be resolved one way or another. And it's not going to be resolved anytime soon, guys. Janet Yellen wrote another letter. I'll cover all that. Before I do, guys, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, Christmas in May, guys. Have you signed up yet? Giving away a bunch of stuff. We have all these great gifts. And you can support the channel. Sign up for Christmas in May. Go to christmasinmay.com. Use the link below and sign up. And today we have a sponsor, private internet access, which I will cover a little bit later. First things first is Janet Yellen. Every day I wake up and there's more great content from her, man. It's just amazing because it's not, I'm like, oh, that's yesterday's letter. Oh, that's this news. She wrote another letter to Congress begging them to resolve the debt ceiling issue and that this will be catastrophic if we don't settle this and get this resolved. Now, the best part about this is that this is going to be something that's going to start dramatically affecting the financial markets globally. And you're going to see this, whether it gets resolved or not, which I, for one, think that there's going to be some 12th hour resolution. They'll kick the can down the road like they always do. They'll put it off another 6 months, and they'll deal with it for another day. No resolution, no proper business resolution where people should sit down and say, you know, what is this? Let's deal with this problem. Here is the thing. If this was so bad, why are they not meeting right now 24/7? Why is Congress, the president, Janet Yellen, for that matter, not meeting with everybody to resolve this situation? Okay? So I don't think that they want this resolved, personally. That's my thing. I think that this is going to be, you know, people are going to benefit from this thing collapsing one way or another. If you believe the theory that they want the digital currency, well, baby, this is it. This is going to be the thing that's going to bring it home for you. And you're going to have, you know, cats leaving with dogs and, you know, all of our stocks and everything collapse and the financial institutions go under and your money will be, you know, worth nothing. I mean, I could go on and on and on, and I'll cover that later on in the week. But this is insane. This is no way to run a business. It's no way to run a country. It is an absolute joke. It is an absolute mess. Now, when I say things like that, I get people that go, hey, you don't understand. The other side was no good when they did. You know what? I don't care. Right now, there is no political party on this channel. I've said this for 3 years now. And it's the political party here is the small business person. People are getting destroyed right now. People are losing everything. People do not have customers because people do not have money. When I have traveled, I've been to Vegas so much this year, guys, and all these different trade shows and meetings and everything I'm doing for my new business. It is crazy to see how destroyed that area has been. It's not the same. It is not the same. You're going to see this summer be a mess when it comes to travel. Things will be more expensive, but you'll have less service. Nothing would be worse than paying more for a hotel and not getting the amenities that you want. Nothing would be worse than paying for airfare and not getting the service that you want. Delays, things like that, with the airlines that completely fleeced us and ripped us off. So Janet Yellen wrote another letter. I've got it for you. Take a look at it. Her begging, this better get resolved or else we're going to have major calamity and major problems. Okay. Okay, we'll see. Rents are finally starting to take a turn. And it's very interesting right now because we're seeing so many things happen. And they're saying for the first time in 3 years, we may actually see rents starting to go down. I want to mention one subscriber, Jesse, who never emails me. He sends me newspaper clippings, cuts things out of the newspaper, and we have an agreement between he and I that if it's something I've already covered, I don't talk about, or, you know, I just use the ones that I like, but he just really is on top of business, and he's in the Washington area. But a couple things. First one is REI, the store wants to unionize, which I don't know if that's good or not, but the thing that floored me with REI was they have 181 stores out there. I didn't know REI had that many stores, but they want to unionize in the Washington area, and to bring up, you know, the workers want better, they want better, you know, access to what the company's going to do, the direction of what the company's going to do. You know, that is not, I don't think that's a bad thing right there. The next thing is Washington. People in Washington State, fewer people, think about this, are facing eviction right now than did before the pandemic. Okay? And I think that's kind of crazy when you think about that, because how can that be? All these people got reprieves. Well, certain states like Washington are still letting people not pay their rent and letting them have a pass right now. So I would hate to be a landlord there. And Jesse's final story that made the cut this time was the Surgeon General. The Surgeon General did has been talking about how the epidemic of loneliness, once again, people, reach out to people. Reach out to your friends, reach out to family members. I was talking with a friend of mine this week about how people just lost the art, especially kids today. Kids in their 20s don't understand the value of reaching out and saying, hi, how's it going? They do it via texting, they do it via Instagram. They don't pick up the phone, or they don't go see people. It's just an absolute lost art. So check on people, be kind to one another. Let me know what you think about this so far. Let's talk about our sponsor, Private Internet Access, VPN. When we go online, we are always at risk. One thing that you can do to put your mind at ease and to solve the problem is to get a VPN from Private Internet Access. Now, this is not something that takes a lot of hardware. It is incredibly simple to use, but it will give you peace of mind and protect your data, protect your personal information from the bad guys and anybody that wants to get access to your bank account, to your pension, to your keystrokes, to everything that you're doing online. It can be completely protected with a VPN from Private Internet Access. For pennies a day, you can get this. Now, here's the thing. When you log in, you need to be protected. A VPN gives you a tunnel of encryption on your data so that nobody can get access to it. And for pennies a day from Private Internet Access, you can get yourself protected. But now they've changed the deal. It's 82% off their regular price, but the advantage to it is they will give you unlimited access to all your devices. Your home computer, your laptops, your iPads, your cell phones, everybody in your household can get access to this. So everybody can be protected. Now, here's the thing. Today I had a meeting and I had two gentlemen talking about their kids and, you know, grandkids coming over, and they were asking me about the VPN, and I told them, hey, listen, this is how simple this is to use. All you do is press one button and you're protected. But what about your grandkids using your devices? Have grandkids ever asked you to use the iPad? Oh, all the time, Dan. Well, now you can let them use it and have peace of mind and not worry that they're going to do anything that's going to get you in any trouble or be nefarious or get you any viruses or anything like that. Sign up for Private Internet Access today. Protect all your devices, protect your data. This will protect you from everything. The government, anybody seeing any keystrokes, it will make it so that, you know, when you travel and you're out and about, no one will have access to your data or your computer. It's incredibly inexpensive. It is the iAllegedly product of the year for 2022. Plus, I used this product before they were even a sponsor on the channel. It's fantastic. It's the best VPN. It's been #1 rated by so many different places. Sign up for it today. Use the link below. Take advantage of it today, of this big steep discount, and let them know that I allegedly sent you. Okay? Sign up today. Get yourself a VPN from Private Internet Access. Remember, guys, everything in business is great right now. There is no problem. There is no pending recession. There is no recession. It's just you with your negative thoughts, and with the fact that you can't pay bills, with the fact that you can't get more hours at work, with the fact that you business owners don't have customers right now with any money, or how can I get a deal is what the first thing out of their mouth is. Netflix, let me tell you something. From a content creator from a person that's written scripts. If you could get in front of a person at Netflix 2 years ago, if you could fog up a mirror and you had the story about anything. I got a story about a guy breaks up with his girlfriend, buys a gun, all hell breaks loose. Oh, here's a show for you. Crazy, okay? You know what I mean? It's just absolutely nuts. They're not spending any more money. They're going to cut back $300 million on acquisitions and on production because they're not going to spend it. They're just going to work on what's proven, which, again, I think Netflix right now is a complete mess. There's so much on there. And unless somebody seriously recommends it, if there's somebody that is a close friend that knows my entertainment, that's the only people that I would listen to. But do you watch anything on Netflix? Is there anything? Share what's hot on Netflix right now that damn, you should be watching X. Oh my gosh, it's so great. The only thing I'm looking forward to is Billions because Axelrod is back. Axe is back, guys. It's all I care about. Remember that. The next thing is the student loan deferrals. There is finally an organization that is fed up with this. They're suing the federal government. A Mackinac study for economics. They're sick of it. They're sick of the fact that people have borrowed all this money and they're giving a pass, kick it down the road. They don't have to pay it. It is utterly ridiculous. I mean this. There should be a class action lawsuit. You lawyers out there that watch my channel, why don't you put together a class action for people that paid their student loans off? And, you know, I want a refund. I paid my loans off and all these people are getting free dough. I want my money back. I spent 8 years eating top ramen and not going to the movies on the weekends or a baseball game. And I paid my bills off and these people are complaining about that. Here's the other thing. Here's another stat that will floor you. During the health crisis, people that had open student loans could still get access to the money. Okay? So just because the loans were outstanding, they weren't paying them back, they could draw on some of those loans. There are people out there that didn't use it for schooling. They just used it, you know, because I wanted a big screen. Wow. Isn't that crazy? Also, look at all the seaweed. This happens around the world right now. All the seaweed washes up. It's kind of cool right now as far as so the smell's not bad, but all the sea life, all the organisms, everything living in this stuff, when it heats up later in the day, this will be really, really refreshing, if you know what I mean. So, crazy, 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 crazy. But when does it end, guys? When do you get a pass? Never in our history have we had a time that people could not make their house payments and then, you know, just stay in the property. And the landlords are, you know, you don't get paid. You got to make your mortgage payment. You got to make the insurance payments. You've got to pay the property taxes, pay the electric bill for the common areas, or you're going to get sued, you know what I mean? Because somebody will inevitably fall, trip, and all that fun stuff. It is outrageous, guys, that we've gone through this time, and it's done. But people are still taking advantage of it. That story Jesse sent me in Washington, that's unfair right now, that these people are still not getting kicked out of those properties. Come on, man. When does it end? When does it end? And now I know I'm going to have people write me with the student loans and go, it's been the greatest thing. We couldn't work during this time. We can work now. Go use your degree and go get a great job. Remember, there's so many people, so many jobs out there, supposedly. It's 11 million outstanding jobs, or is it 10 million? Or is it 6 million? Is it 5 million? They're all fake. But go get a job. Go start a company. Okay, do something. People are writing me. I could share this for an hour. I could do an hour-long video with the emails about how insurance rates have gone through the roof. People are getting taken advantage of for no reason. Dan, I've had no claims. We've had nothing. We live in a rural town with nothing going on and no extreme weather, no catastrophes, no crime, nothing major. But you know what? We are paying a ton for our insurance. Now here's something, watching the Weather Channel today, which floored me. Do you understand this has been one of the worst years for hailstorms ever? Ever, ever, ever. And in the Midwest, there's 10 states that just got completely nailed when it came to hailstorms. Now, this is not the excuse as to why the rates went up, but good old State Farm, they paid $3.2 billion in hail damage in the last year. That's crazy, guys. And it's up $1 billion from the year before. So things like that, yeah, that doesn't help us when it comes to us bitching about the insurance prices. But it is not fair. I am telling you, price everything out. Look for a deal. Frugality. Remember that word, because it's going to be oxygen to you inside of 6 months. The people running the show absolutely do not care about all of us. They don't care about the common person. They don't care about anything at all. And we need to accept it. If you accept that, you understand that your team is your own household. Whether you're a one-man band, a one-woman show, or you've got 10 kids. And I met somebody with 10 kids, and, you know, God love him, you know. Wow, okay? But the point is that you have to take care of yourself right now. You have to worry about your security. You have to worry about how you're going to feed everybody. And you're going to have to worry about the stability of all these different places out there, because business is not good right now. This is an absolute joke that we're being told that the end all to be all is the debt ceiling. And I know that there's economists that wrote me, and you don't understand what this means and how catastrophic this is. If it's that bad, why are they not meeting 24/7 to resolve this? Why are they just going to kick it down the road one more time? Because they don't want to resolve this. That's the problem. And yes, Dan, one is not a word, Dan, okay? Your improper English. Well, what elementary school did you go to? I know, okay? Share your thoughts on all this stuff so far, guys. Here's some EV news for you that I got a kick out of. And the first thing is, I love headlines where you're supposed to go, wow, that's going to happen? Subaru is going to be the Tesla slayer. Okay. Subaru predicts that by 2026, they're going to be huge in the EV market, and they're doubling down on where they're at right now. And by 2026, you know, they're going to be a major player in it. Who cares? It's 2023. 3 years from now, do you want to own an electric car? Do you want to own an EV? Okay, good for you. Good for you. That's great. Great story about Rivian and that colossal, expensive debacle mess. I don't understand owning a truck that you can't load things in. Okay, I just don't get it. I don't know why you would buy a truck unless you're hauling a boat, you're loading stuff, you're installing things. I just don't get it. Don't get it at all. Okay, buy an SUV, get more people in it, and be comfortable. That's just me. There is a great story about a Rivian owner who got rear-ended, and you know, car pulls up behind him and got the photo. Really, no damage, no big deal. But the only problem was, because these electric cars are so expensive and so outrageous, it's $42,000 to fix that. You understand? You want to know why insurance is so high? There's a good example for you. It's insane. It's absolutely nuts to think that this is going to be something that the common folk are going to use. Okay? The idea is, people are out there looking for $3,000 cars right now. Okay? I want a $3,000 electric car, and not the smart car that'll go 50 miles. My favorite was, I was looking at those little smart cars. I said, oh, that'd be cool to have, an extra car, driving it around down to the beach and stuff like that. They don't make them gas powered anymore. They're all electric. So you got to buy one of the used ones, which is fine. But the electric ones, hey, this thing's got a battery issue. It'll only get 55 miles. Who would want that? 55 miles. 55 miles. I think about like my day and how it starts and takes a turn, and hey, can you meet me here? Can you meet me there? You know, and tomorrow, you know, 2 people called and want to meet with me while I'm filming. Okay, meet you here. We can have breakfast here. I'll go film, meet you here. You know, but again, 55 miles. Hey, can I borrow some juice so I can charge my car to get another 55 miles out of it? It's ridiculous. Okay? So I almost got hit by a wave. You guys would have had to drink on that one. So share your thoughts on that. You know what I love is when I do a story when somebody sends me something and then somebody says, oh, let me double down on that. Nick from Philadelphia sent me a bunch of great things. But the main thing is, Dan, let me explain to you how bad crime is here in Philadelphia when it comes to the postal workers. Look at that brown sludge, guys. All the dirt getting washed in, the yucky dirt. Isn't that gross? Okay, won't be swimming there right now. Anyways, Nick was saying, Dan, the blue post office boxes are being ripped open. They're stealing mail. They're taking checks that are written to people, and they are washing the checks and getting rid of the person's name and putting their own name on it and cashing it. Gee, felony, felony, felony. Opening the mail, stealing it, cashing the check, all these different felonies that these people can be charged with. And you know what? None of them will be. None of them will be. It'll just be another loss for people, and it'll be on you to correct yourself. But Nick just said it's so dangerous. It's so completely insane because people are robbing people in the streets. You can't go and shop on a normal basis anymore in Philadelphia. It is absolutely catastrophic how bad it is and how bad it's gotten. Let's go to vacation in Philadelphia. It's insane. Absolutely nuts. My friend, who is an investor who has spoken at my events, he ended up moving to Florida. He was in town last weekend and we had breakfast, and he was talking about all the money leaving the banks, Dan. This is a huge story, Dan, that all this money is leaving the banks. And he sent me this story that's down below. About $910 billion has left the banking system in the last year. Where did it go, guys? People are pulling their money out of financial institutions because they're so unsafe. People are worried about their future. People are worried about what 6 months looks like, what a year looks like, what the world looks like if there's a collapse. It's only when there's a collapse. That's what people are getting themselves prepared for. You can have Fidelity, you can have different brokerage accounts and things like that, but once again, you got to have some cash out of the bank. Stock up on food, guys. Stock up on food, because what's going to happen, and I relate this to the financial prepper, who's a really conservative guy when it comes to finances, but he's so smart, and that is that when you go out and you buy food now, you're just hedging yourself against inflation. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to eat the food. You're just going to be prepared. If there is a rush on the food, not at your house, you're done. You know, my house, I've got tons of water, I've got tons of supplies. I could live there a year, guys, if I wanted to, with all the food and everything I have. So look at that. The other thing is corporate America. Remember, the recession is going to be 2024. It's 6 months from now. It's next Thursday. It's a data recession, a growth recession, a progressive recession, my mother's recession. It's here. Corporate America is finally saying, wait a second, we're in a recession right now. People are not spending. People are not expanding. People are not buying inventory. They are trying to survive right now. People are in business, are trying to get through this time and trying to figure it out. If that's you, you're ahead of the game right now. If you can sit there and try to protect yourself and protect your business, work on your existing customer base, work on the people that already have money, the people that know you, your cheerleaders, go to them right now and have them help promote your business. Don't sign up, don't spend a ton on advertising, try to spend nothing. The goal is to spend zero right now when it comes to advertising. Oh, how do you do that, Dan? How do you spend zero on advertising and make it work? I'm always amazed at the times that I was having difficulty in business when I had no money, how we came up with very creative ways to market. I've been a mentor at Cal State Fullerton before in their marketing division. Professor Sorrell has a class. He's great, but he brings guys like me in, all these different people, different backgrounds, and you tell everybody what your background is, then the students have to promote a product. Now think about this. People pay for this promotion from the college, and then they come up with a business plan for the college, and then they get a mentor like me that would sit there and say, let's do this. I had this one young kid that was developing an organic sunscreen, and everything was great. He was pitching the students, I can't wait to do this. And he says, okay, here's my budget. And they're thinking, okay, 50 grand, 25,000, you know, he's going to have some money to spend on ads and things like that. He goes, I have $1,000. And I started going, yeah, okay, we got $1,000 to work with. These kids almost wanted to cry. But what I did was I showed them how we could advertise this company for absolutely free and leverage everything free here in Southern California, all the surf community, to promote that sunscreen. Sales went up. The kids made a viral video for this guy, did all this stuff that was absolutely free. And I would venture to say we didn't spend $500 of that money. But we had to buy some displays for stores and different, we bought some stickers for the ads and for the display boxes and things like that. But we placed these things in these stores and did it for absolutely free. And the kid's still in business, doing well. But be creative, guys, right now. Spend less money, okay? And remember, drink every time I say okay. Okay? Okay. I didn't get taken out, by the way, so it doesn't count. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. Vice News was once valued at $6 billion. Not anymore, guys. They just filed bankruptcy. And the funny thing about this is that I'm telling you guys, I have seen this, not that bad, but I've seen it time and again where people get offered a tremendous amount of money. And my rich investor friend was telling me how 2 stories over the weekend about how companies were offered this, and one guy was really smug and tore up the check and said, your offer's ridiculous. And they said, we're never going to give you a dime more or anything now that you did that. And that guy ended up going bankrupt quickly. And Vice News is down for the count. Government employees, 237,000 of them, had their information potentially hacked. People from the Department of Transportation that use a payment system, that payment system was hacked. Great story out of Reuters that explained it. But it's not just us common folk, it's the government workers that got nailed too. And final story, which is, this is great. And I tell everybody, when you buy lottery tickets, make sure you get them. Make sure that there's no shenanigans. Carly Nunes was a woman that tried to cash a $3 million ticket that wasn't hers. A man went into a store in Massachusetts and bought tickets. The tickets were left behind the counter. The woman didn't give it to him. Then the next day, she checks the tickets and the guy won $3 million. And he starts, hey, do you know where my tickets are? I paid for them. No, I have no clue. And then she tried to cash the tickets. And they did a full investigation. Luckily, there were cameras. And she's getting, indicted right now for this. Isn't that in charge of the crime? So, grand larceny. So, get those tickets, and always sign your tickets. If you think you won anything, sign them right away. Take photocopies, do all that stuff, and don't tell anybody if you ever win, okay? Nobody if you ever win. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take a look at Private Internet Access. They're an amazing company. It is a service that each and every one of you, every single person out there should buy Private Internet Access VPN. It's unbelievable. I've sold them so many of my friends, my colleagues this morning. Everybody should have it. Plus, sign up for Christmas in May. And if you want to sponsor the event or you want to reach out to me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. The website will be updated daily at christmasinmay.com, not the iAllegedly website, christmasinmay.com. Sign up today. I will see you guys very soon.